I'm channeling Owen. I'm channeling my inner raptor wrangler.
Oh man.
Hey everybody, it's Captain Morgan.
The realest JB here.
And welcome to another episode of Co-op Reviews. Today we're going back in time. To the Jurassic.
4 billion years, trillion,
yes.
million
years. 1.4 million years.
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
So Jurassic World.
Yeah. The second one.
The second one.
Yes.
Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
Now Jurassic Park has always been one of those movies. The original has been always close to my heart because I watched it when I was a kid and it was big to me when I was young, and it really got me excited about movies and stuff.
Absolutely, it's one of those classic Steven Spielberg sort of just staples that whenever you think about his filmography, Jurassic Park is obviously one of them. And of course it is. When it came out, it just completely revolutionized special effects, visual effects for films, just completely combination of early, really, really early CGI that you barely notice just because it's also combined with animatronic.
Right, yeah, and that was actually one of the first thing I was going to talk about was they brought that back.
They did.
I don't know if they brought it back, but they used it heavily in this film, which I really appreciated.
Absolutely.
It's a great mix of CGI and practical effects, which really I think is the best way to go about making a film like this.
Absolutely. I mean, because you got to think, in the world now where you have world-ending scenarios in every blockbuster film, we just had Infinity War, we just had Deadpool 2 and our Han Solos and Incredibles and all that good stuff. So how can you make a movie about dinosaurs interesting? Like, okay, we've seen this movie, this franchise is over 20 years old. We've seen everything that it could possibly do.
That was kind of what the original Jurassic World was meant to do. It's like, we know CGI, how are we going to keep it fun?
Exactly. But I think they definitely, they did less of the blockbustery type of big set pieces, even though they still did have big set pieces. I mean, of course, you've seen that in the trailers. But they brought the suspense back.
The second half of the movie was all in basically one location, and I think they did a really good job of bringing the tension. Okay, so overall, I had a lot of fun with the film. It wasn't the best one in the series. It wasn't the worst one. It was. I would say it's right in the middle.
I'll say this,
because nothing can be worse than Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, I definitely enjoyed it. I'll say I enjoyed it more than the first Jurassic World movie. I definitely did.
I thought it did a good job of keeping the bar about the same.
My only thing was I enjoyed the more horror suspense aspects of it. Like, I was legit scared for these characters. Like, of course, in the first movie you had the Indominus Rex scene, and that was kind of scary. But it's just like, all right.
I think it did a good job of moving away from the traditional thing that Jurassic Park has been doing, which is dinosaurs on an island trying to eat people.
They blow
it's
up
similar. Yeah, I mean, in the first act, they destroy the island. So, I think it was good to take a risk like that. It was good to try something new, and especially with the way the franchise seems to be going, because I think we're getting a third one. I would assume we're getting a third one.
Yeah, with the way it ended, we're getting... And of course, it's a franchise.
Right, of course.
They're going to keep going until people stop.
They're going to make the Jurassic World extended universe now.
Oh, man. What if that fuses with, like the Resident Evil universe or something?
Oh, that would be weird.
Dinosaurs and zombies. That's the huge thing that I got from this movie, was like, this is zombie movies but with dinosaurs, or at least
I could see that. I could see something like that. Yeah. I liked the character portrayals also as a whole. I think I liked getting to know Claire a little more than she had a better character in this one. We met some new characters who were fairly well rounded. The bad guy was a little two-dimensional. But
as all Jurassic Park villains are, to be honest.
I mean, for the most part, because the villains are the dinosaurs more than anything. The humans are secondary, kind of. Well, the humans are the villains. The dinosaurs are the antagonists.
Yeah, the dinosaurs are more like the weapons.
They're like a force of nature.
Yeah, I really loved what they did with Blue's.
They gave her like a real character.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they gave her a personality. I mean, they kind of.
Which we've never seen with dinosaurs, though. Like you know, with these dinosaurs, they're just monsters in the background. They never really have like a personality.
Exactly. But,
unless eating people is a personality.
Yeah, unless it's murderous intent. Definitely made her a more sympathetic character, which was odd because, you know, she's a dinosaur.
She can't talk.
She's a dinosaur,
yeah,
but, you know.
It's worth going to see in theaters because it's a fun movie, big blockbuster. Yeah. But you know, it's like we said, not the best, not the worst.
Yeah, it's not going to break any. It's not going to be another.
It's not going to be winning any Oscars.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't seen the movie, make sure you hit pause, come back and watch it when you're done, because we're going to talk about spoilers.
I'm sorry.
So anyway.
Anyway, what I was saying is I really had a lot of fun with this movie. I really enjoyed just the way it played with the tension most of the time. Like you know, it's clearly, and I think the director for this movie, can't remember his name right now. But anyway, I believe from what I've heard, he is actually a horror director. He's directed horror movies, and that makes sense with the lighting and how they play with the lighting. And I'm doing the swinging motion because of the opening scene with the light playing that super megalodon type of dinosaur.
Yes, the opening was brilliant in its atmosphere. Yeah. I think one thing I'd like to say that was interesting about this film, it felt like two different movies. A little bit.
Yeah.
First you get the island, and then you get the mansion in a way. What I appreciated was it didn't feel like it was rushed.
Yeah, no, the pacing was definitely a lot more. It started out at 100. Let's get it like you said, the first act is the island blowing up. Like, so immediately there's already a catastrophic event. So everything that happens after that is just either it's going to slow the pace down, or they're going to try to outpace themselves, and that's usually where the movie just goes into absurdity. And I think it kind of grounded itself.
Because it switched the genre. It switched from like an adventure film to that more suspenseful thriller kind of thing going on.
And it's just like, why do you keep making these super murderous things?
But to be fair, that was kind of what the original Jurassic Park was based on. Why do you do this?
But
why are you doing this?
Doing it.
Well, you see, that's why it was brilliant.
Movie, they did it.
See, that's why it was brilliant to open the film with Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum saying kill them all. He said let the motherfuckers die.
Because that's what he said in the beginning. He said that these dinosaurs shouldn't be here. He's always been saying that in these movies.
Yeah.
And no one listens to Jeff Goldblum.
He said it in front of Congress. Hey, let them die. But you know what? Hey, the government didn't step in. This was done by private corporations that, you know, philanthropy and all that good stuff, right? No.
Nope.
Rich people are evil. Evil.
I would like to talk about one of the I think the lowest point in the film for me.
What?
It was in the second half of the film, near the climax, once the Indoraptor escaped, they were hiding from him, and they were running, and they were hiding, and they were running, and it was about when they were in the diorama, like inside the diorama hiding. I didn't feel like I was worried for them because I figured the movie's almost over. These characters basically have plot armor. Yeah. It was the suspense was losing me at that point.
Yeah. I definitely, that's actually where it was kind of getting away from me too, because though the movie is suspenseful, you know which players are going to make it out and which aren't.
Right.
You know, at this point, they're not going to kill Claire or Owen because they're
fan favorites.
The draws, you know, they're what bring the people.
And Claire got hurt, but it didn't seem to affect her at all because then she came back at the end.
She came back and did pretty much the same thing she did in the first film, just a different way. But yeah, you know, and even that was when the suspense definitely did lose it for me. But I thought that was more like crowd pleasing at that point. Like, oh, let's. Yeah.
Well, the ending was fun. That whole ending fight was good, though, and. Then after that, I really liked, I liked Claire's character arc, because she felt like she had a really unique arc. She actually seemed like she cared about the dinosaurs, and then she made a conscious decision by the end of it to let them die, which brings along our new main character.
The clone?
Yeah, little adorable clone girl.
You know what? I hated it. Absolutely hated how they exposed that in the movie, but I loved how they introduced it. In the when she pulls the picture out of her grandpa's, and it's her mother that looks exactly like her. Right. I was like, holy shit, that little girl's a clone. And you know, like, of course, like when you see that and you're gonna see that, but I hated how
they kind of gave it away.
Oh, she's a clone. Like, what the? Yeah, dude, we fucking knew that. We could have used a little more finesse.
They were giving it away for the simple folks in the audience.
Yeah, okay. But I just thought that was a huge just insult to your audience's intelligence.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I think it could have been addressed better.
I mean, what do they say in like screenwriting, right? Show, don't
tell.
You fucking showed it.
Yeah.
You fucking showed it, and you still told it. Like, I don't. That was just irked me. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I went to film school and I know that you shouldn't do that. I don't know.
I think it was really cool though because the little girl like made the decision to free the dinosaurs because she has like this kindredship with them.
Like, she's a clone, I'm a clone. Yeah, her little line, like, I'm gonna live. But then I was just like, well, you only known you were a clone up until
about 5
now.
minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Like, these are fucking dinosaurs, dude. Like, I don't know if you know what kind of, like, effect they're gonna have on the
She didn't see the other movies, clearly.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, she didn't. Oh, man. Which, I mean, I don't know the time skip of this.
I mean, it's not too long after the first one, probably less than 5 years.
Okay, so she was...
Because the park had been open for 10 years before the Indominus incident, and then maybe about 5 years between then and now. It's interesting because I'm not sure how old she was, but she was probably cloned around the same time that the new park was opening, or in the first couple of years. I thought it was interesting that they introduced the new character, the old man philanthropist guy. I was hoping we would get a little bit of throwback to maybe a character we knew before.
I thought we were going to get Hammond, but I guess Hammond died?
Hammond's dead. Hammond's been dead.
Right? Okay, yeah.
I thought we were actually going to get one of his grandkids.
Yeah, or
who have never shown up. Yeah, who have never shown up since Lex or
right, the girl and the boy.
Yeah,
that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, I think like they had Hammond's fortune or something, or I don't know. They could have also introduced his character, but I think it felt a little shoehorned that they just needed like another old man philanthropist.
The old man philanthropist, and with all this money. And
what am I gonna do with all this money I've worked forever for? And worked the slaves of my industry.
Leave it to my granddaughter clone. Or this money-hungry
jerk-off who's clearly... the military guy, obviously a bad guy. As soon as I saw him...
man, I was just like, really, more military guys? You guys are going to trust more oh my God.
They haven't seen the other movies, clearly.
But Chris Pratt was in the other movie. He knew exactly how this was going to... Claire was in the other movie. They knew exactly how that was going to go down. Why the fuck were they surprised when it went down?
Oh, man. They shouldn't have been surprised.
Don't trust rich people.
Don't trust rich people. That is the moral of today's episode. That is the
moral of this. Yeah, just don't trust.
If you enjoyed it, let us know what are your favorite dinosaurs, and what did you like about the movie? And if you like this video, make sure you. I got it. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button.
Like and subscribe.
And comment.
At the bottom.
Yeah. And we'll see you on the next episode of
Co-op Reviews. Peace.